Hello everyone, welcome back to Satisfactory. My name is Arctic Wolf and this is episode 12. Now we have been doing the grind for 12 episodes straight. I feel like it's time for a break. We need just a little stopgap episode where I can just relax for a day, because I've been really grinding hard on this, and I've been wanting to talk about these guys anyway, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to stand here, I'm going to listen to what they say. When he says something, I'll repeat it.
I strongly advise you to harvest this specimen.
Like he just said, I strongly advise you to harvest this specimen. And then after a couple of different clips, we're going to have to talk about what they say. Harvest.
Your contract legally compels you to harvest this artifact.
Your contract legally compels you to harvest this artifact.
You are so lucky that you found this most valuable artifact.
You are so lucky that you have found this most valuable artifact.
Picking up multiple fix-it personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late.
Picking up multiple personnel in the area. Multiple fix-it personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late.
Breaking news from Earth. Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President urges all citizens to do their part and harvest alien artifacts.
Breaking news from Earth. Widespread panic and chaos. And something about the president requiring people to collect alien artifacts.
Relaying message. Hello, this is Paternal Figure. I have taken ill and need your help to find a cure. Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts.
Receiving message from Earth. Hello, Paternal Figure is ill, and doctors say the only cure is bringing back alien artifacts.
Harvest.
Harvest. Okay, I'm going to step away from this guy so it'll stop talking to me for a second. I want to bring attention to that one. What? I want to bring attention to that one it said about multiple fix-it personnel in the area. Here's a clip from episode 0.
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 A.B.B, your designated sector in the binary star system of H.U.B. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations. Harvest it.
Did you hear that? Ada says we're the third to have landed on Massage AB2 from our sector, which means there's 2 other fix-it personnel here already on this planet somewhere. So I am really excited.
I strongly advise you to harvest this specimen.
Okay, he's starting to repeat. So I am really excited to see what they're up to with those. Maybe you have to, in the top tier, the space elevator, use them to manufacture something, or maybe you just have to collect a certain number of them and launch them in the space elevator. Who knows? It's just a work in progress item right now. It does absolutely nothing once it's in your inventory and you pick it up, but they are interesting. I don't know about those things, but as I've been building, especially that one, when I was building around down there, it was telling me all this stuff. And when I heard that other fix-it personnel in the area, that got me thinking, how do these things know anything about Fix-It Corporation. They're supposed to be native to this planet. So, like, what is it? Why is it here? Why does it know about us? Why is it receiving messages from Earth? All of these are questions that have no answers right now. And I'm just completely and totally confused by them. I cannot wait to see what they do with that in the next update, maybe, or maybe in the release, whenever they decide to get that going. There's 2 other items in this game that may or may not be connected to those. The Summer Sloop, which is just a little red S-doodle, and the Sam ore, the strange alien metal ore. Like, even an impure node of that stuff is in like the most dangerous and out of the way locations you could think of. Like, so that's got to be something too, but all these are work in progress items. They don't do anything yet, so I'm just leaving them be until they have a purpose. But that's what I wanted to talk about them Mercer Spheres. Maybe the name has something to do with it too. They are called Mercer Spheres. So maybe Mercer is the president or the patriarchal figure who's ill, or the scientist who discovered them, or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? Totally baffling. Anyway, so that's about the Mercer Spheres. I have had that recording now for about a day and a half, and I've just been trying to figure out a good spot to put it in an episode. For the rest of today, we're going to check the awesome sink. We got 9 coupons. Okay, let's take those. That's going to be nice. We're going to get windows. Yes, walls, windows, 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 windows. Yep, windows. I don't even need to look anywhere else. Bye. Okay. I'm going to give this whole deal the window treatment and then cut back to you. Okay, I'm back. I'm actually standing on the observation tower we used to mark that drop pod that was right next to our base. But I went around and I put windows on every single wall throughout the entire base. And now it just looks fantastic. Got windows, 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 windows. That's just from this side. I had to come all the way out here so that we could see everything, and we still have to do a panoramic to get it all, because it's just, this has turned into a city, a full-fledged city. Thank you, autosave. This has turned into a full-fledged city, complete with traffic and traffic jams and accidents. Yeah, that still happens every now and then. I'll come out here and I'll watch them get into a fighting match, and sometimes they'll just resolve it and get going, so I don't get too hasty. But every now and then one of them will just go, blah! Goodbye, whoa! And then he's gone. And I have, if I don't back up to the latest autosave when that happens, then I'll have a little tractor marker somewhere on the map that goes to nowhere. So I just back them up. That may be why my doggos are disappearing. I don't know. But I can't manage to keep a doggo around here. Like, I tame them, I bring them over. They're there for a little bit, and as soon as I go more than like 1,000 meters away from the base, they disappear. And it's sad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's starting to look like somebody lives here. been about a week, and we went from chipping that iron node over there with our little hand, chink, 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 making iron rods, putting it in the hub right about there, to all this, to all of this. That's progress. That's a lot of progress. We are getting there. See, okay. Always troubleshooting. Okay. It's been about an hour since the end of the last clip. The end of the last clip, I was running up there and I was going to check the reason why I wasn't getting steel for the stators, for the steel pipes. I troubleshot that one. I backtracked it. The constructors weren't getting steel ingots. I go back to the smelters up there, and I had copper on my iron lines. So what happened was one of the truck stops here picked up copper out of a truck. Either it got dropped off in the tractor up there, or the copper tractor swooped around and it picked it up out of there. Either way, the solution was to redo the tractors again. This time I made sure that they don't turn around until they're out here. Like, you'll watch this guy come in. He'll come in straight, and then he should back out and then turn around out here. Yep, there he goes. He backs up, and then he turns around out here and goes out that way. And I did that at both ends to all the truck stops, and that guarantees that the tractor does not leave the bounding box of the truck stop when it comes in and drops off. And the way to do that is you start your recording out here, you drive in, you wait until the little unload bar goes, and then you leave and you go back to where you started and turn around, and then you drive out. You do the same thing at the other end. You drive straight in, back out and turn around, and then come out. And the way the pathing works with those tractors and trucks is it plops little arrows behind you when you're driving around. I can give a demonstration with my personal tractor that's actually still sitting out there. And so it remembers the orientation of the tractor, the speed of the tractor, and which nodes come before and after it for each node. So it will, when it's not in render distance, it will just pop between the different nodes, and then when it is in render distance, it'll drive between them. But it does the same thing. It'll follow it exactly the way you drove when you made the path. So that's helpful. I think I finally got this completely fixed and 100% working. There was that miner, the other miner that I put on the other coal node up there, I forgot to put power to it, so it was still only feeding 120 coal into the system. And that was part of the reason we ran out of coal that last episode, was because it wasn't getting enough in. So now it's bringing 10 to 12 stacks down per trip and completely stuffed that box full, which is good. So now the steel is all back online and working properly. We got the stators in this building here is overclocked with 3 power shards at 7 and a half per minute, which is still 2.5 minutes short of what we need for the motors, but we're getting, I think it's 3.5 or 4 motors a minute now. I'm gonna run down there and be back in a minute. Okay, so that's what 7.5 per minute looks like. Right there. That stator on that belt right there. Apologize for the power line in the way. But yeah, and that's not enough. Our machine's only running at 75% efficiency, which means we're only getting 4.2 engines per minute. But it should have been running long enough. Oh, well, I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought I had like maybe 300 engines in there, but no, at a rate of about 4 engines a minute, you can tell how long I've been AFK since this thing's been built. And it's not actually AFK, I've been troubleshooting the tractors and the steel and all that. So that's how long that took. So I just grabbed a bunch of motors. We're gonna run up here to the hub. Here we are at the hub. I sure hope this thing launches. I hope I didn't mess it up by moving it. Oh, and I need way more pipes and way more sheets. Okay, I grabbed the pipes and sheets. Here we go. Oil processing.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery. Caution. This is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Yeah, don't die. Gotcha. Okay. So there is oil processing. And the next one has to be industrial manufacturing. But I believe when we get the trains, we're gonna redo our delivery system with the tractors that we have. We'll rip all that out and put in a train station, because it's going to be faster and more efficient and look cooler. We have a train running up right. Thank you, lag. From here, running straight down this way. It's going to go down that little ravine right there, and one line's going to split off and go out that way. The other line is going to go down in that cave and come out on the other side of those cliffs. And then I have a plan for that. It's going to go back that way quite a ways. But it's also going to be a cool centerpiece for our base. Another one, like we've got the rock. But this is going to be like the main traffic central entry point of the base right here. And I have a big plan for the way that's going to look. You guys just have to keep tuned in to see how that comes out. But hey, I call that progress for today. Didn't do a whole lot of grindy work, but we did get windows out of the A.W.S.O.M.E sink. We unlocked oil processing. So let's see what kind of... Yeah, oil extractor. What's that take? That takes 15 motors. Oil refinery, that takes 10 motors. I'm all of a sudden not so worried about being able to afford those things. So yeah, we're doing good so far. We're gonna start getting into the super complicated builds where we need to build entire factories like what we did to start, just to get, like we did with this one. We got all this working in here so we can get 7.5. Wait, no. Cut that in half. 3.75 motors per minute. Ugh, that's so slow. But that's taking this whole building to do it, plus part of that over there. So, I mean, when we start building computers and anything you got to plug into a manufacturer, that takes 4 ingredients. You're looking at 5 floors high and 27 by 15, and you got 30 constructors and 12 assemblers to feed one manufacturer so you can get 3 of these parts a minute. We're starting to get into that. And the prep work for something like that changes ever so slightly from how many of these can I make off of this node to, okay, how many of these nodes am I going to need to make all this stuff so I can make this? And that changes the way you think about the layouts of the building and the way that it all fits together. And you got to make sure you got these building in the right spot here and that going to the right spot there. And so and oil processing is the very first, like, dip your toes in the water to that kind of build. Like, you get the oil nodes and then it's like, okay, but now you've got this byproduct that you have to use. You have to either use it or get rid of it somehow. You can sink it, but you don't want to do that. You want to turn it into plastic and rubber and then get your fuel going into your generators and get a big power plant that also produces rubber and plastic as a byproduct. That's the plan. And it's going to be down the southern shoreline. Follow it south far enough. There is 3 or 4 oil nodes down there for a total of like 900 oil per minute, which would give us like 4,500 megawatts of power and 900 plastic and or rubber a minute. So it's like, yeah, why would we not want to go down there and do that? So that's going to be probably next episode. We'll start getting that set up. That might take 2 or 3 episodes to put together. So, but I'm going to call it here for today. It's just been a chillax day. Doing a little bit of beautification and detailing on the base. I love the windows. The windows are looking great. Making progress. But that's it for me today. Hit the like button if you like this video. It's a little bit shorter than my previous ones. Episode 10 was really, really long. Kind of apologize for that. Between episode 10 and episode 11, I probably could have made it 2 episodes that were equal length, but then episode 10, I wanted to launch the space elevator on episode 10. It just seemed fitting. So episode 11 and 12 are a bit shorter to compensate for that, but we'll get back into our regular 20-minute episode swing tomorrow. If you like what I'm doing with the channel in this Let's Play series here, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell notification to know when my videos come out. But that's it. Wolf out.